G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of the Terrain Racing Channel. I'm Brad Janes, and today, or now, it is Tuesday night shed night, and I thought I'd do a bit of an update of where things are up to. I've put a couple of videos out recently, one on the Raptor that I got a new hard lid for, and another one of the new pipe bender and a few bits and pieces. I didn't get too much done on the welding video the other day. It's still set up here, and I'm still continuing to practice and add little bits and pieces on, which I'm assuming we'll do a little bit more tonight with Ben. Ben's in the middle of doing a custom airbox for his D-Max powered or 4JJ1 powered Patrol. I know I've been saying for a while, but I'll do a bit more of an in-depth. Ben's put a lot of time into that car and slowly improved things over time, and he's continuing to do that. His next mission is building his own snorkel and airbox. The reason why I get encouraged and inspired by Ben is he continues to just do more and more stuff himself and try things that others might just go and buy and wham, put something on, but he really likes to just knuckle in and give stuff a go. We are about a week off shutting down. This time next week, Goat Collective will be closed for the Christmas holiday. We're actually doing go-karting up at the Gold Coast as our Christmas party hangout, which I'm pretty excited for because it's been a long time since I've been go-karting and I do not lose well. That being the case, I'm not going to lose. But where I'm up to right now is I've still got a few bits and pieces in the shed. We've got a couple of sandblasting jobs, these leftover lights. The bench is kind of filled with some stuff, and the demo area is looking a little bit worse for wear. So my plan tonight is a few things. I want to get the shed prepped. As I've said in my last videos, I'll be heading down to Canberra over the Christmas period with the family, heading to Summernats 36, which I'm really excited about. Keen to take a whole bunch of footage and just document that journey for you guys and for those that do not get along. But part of that is I just want to pack up this shed space and try and jam as many cars in here as possible, just so I can lock it up tight while I'm away over the couple of weeks. I think we can get probably 2 cars, maybe 3 cars in here. And one of those cars I really want to get in is the Commodore. At the moment, it's sitting outside. The Patrol is a full roller now and kind of all buttoned up. So my plan tonight is I want to get the Patrol pushed outside. I'm going to give it a big gurney and a big clean down and just give the whole thing a massive wash because it's pretty gross. While that's out, I'm going to give the Commodore a gurney and a big clean up, and then I'm going to try and push the Commodore in, get it up on stands and get it tucked away, ready for when I come back from Summernats with the new engine parts to just get ripped straight in and just start working on putting the Commodore and the turbo kit back in the Commodore as soon as possible. The Patrol will then get pushed out in front, and that will be the new location for it while we obviously work on the 2 motors side by side. I did the other day, the morning I was devoed, Old Faithful Datsun forklift started playing up. One of the employees put diesel in it and it's a petrol forklift. It's basically, I don't even know what motor is in it, but it's kind of looks like the old school Starfire 4, which kind of was in the Coronas and stuff like that, and like a rendition of the 186 red motor out of the Holdens. Good thing about old stuff like that is it ran rough, was pretty gross, put some new fuel down it, didn't even drain the diesel, just mixed some more fuel in and slowly got the ratio more and more to fuel. Changed the plugs a couple of times. It did start playing up the other morning and didn't want to start, but after a bit of a service and some new set of plugs, don't fail me now, beautiful. So I'm going to use the forklift to push things around. Ben should be here any moment as usual, Tuesday night shed night. So while I'm kind of cleaning and doing stuff with the cars, I thought I would just give you a bit of a rundown or more detailed rundown of what the cars are and where they're up to and what I'm planning to do early in the new year. So if you enjoy this, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a comment. Always keen to have a chat to you guys. I know in Australia we don't often do that type of thing, and that's shit. So just say hi if you want to say hi, whatever. Well, the Patrol is out into the light for the very first time. It has been ages since this thing has seen the light of day. There is so much dust. One of the workers tried to let me see the light. Should have bought a cruiser. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get into it now, give it a big pressure clean down. I just measured the space I've got up the back of the shed, and I've got 4 meters 80 across. The Patrol's 1800. This is about 2 meters. We should have 200 mil spare. to tuck these two in the very back of the shed. Just going to fire up the little Karcher and just give it a, I'm not going to give it a big scrub or anything major. I just want to get a whole bunch of dust off it, clean it up and tuck it away for the holiday, because this thing hasn't been touched or cleaned in about 4 years, I'd say. Once we get that done, we're going to pump the tires up on the Commodore and then give it a clean as well. It's very dusty and I'm pretty sure there's a massive python that's been living in it. But I'm very keen to get this on the road. The Commodore is very tidy inside. Mr. Python. Maybe there's been mousies living in it. Doesn't smell like urine. And then afterwards too, I'll show you this. This is the patrol comp truck project that Ben and I will be working on as soon as I get the other two cars out of the shed. But I'll get into each of them more once I get going. Tonight is just cleaning up, but absolutely loving the stance on this patrol. Long arm kit. In desperate need for some new tires and some different rims, but I can see the vision. I can see it. Anyway, let's give this a clean and then get the Commodore out and give it a clean as well. How good's that? Nothing like a wet car to hide all of the scars. I'm just going to move this forklift out the way and then we're going to drag the Commodore forward a little bit and give that a quick clean, and then we've got a bit of sorting and organising to do in the back of the shed, and then we're going to try and tuck these two puppies in. All right, mission accomplished. Cars are clean. Commie is looking sweet again. I'm so keen to get back into this project. It's been neglected out here for a little while. Still super nice and sealed up so nothing's getting inside, but it has definitely been neglected for a long time. Very, very keen once I get to Summernats to get the final pieces to the puzzle. Now, I have had a massive python that's been coming and hanging on top of this car through the night. I've never actually spotted it yet, but I've seen the track marks that it's leaving in the dust on the bonnet and the roof. My little dog Troy was very keen and has been for a while, thinking that there's something living in there. And with all the pressure cleaning of the new... Oi! Don't take it away, I want to show the people. And here he got his little friend. Not a bad size rat. But yeah, you're a good boy. What did you get? What did you get? What is it? No, we leave it there, mate. Once we kill it, we don't need to eat it, all right? My mate is about 13, almost 14 years old in human years, and he is still fighting fit enough to catch himself a wily rat. It was a little bit of a tussle, but he got in there and gave it a good win. So that's awesome. Rat problem cleaned out as well as commie cleaned. But in this setting sun, mate, can't wait to get this turbo project underway. Patrol also looking sweet. Very, very happy. We are now officially 1 week out from Christmas break and woeing up. And this is Ben and I's last shed night for 2023. Hoping for a big 2024, but today's really about just cleaning, consolidating. I want to tuck as much of the toys as I can back into the shed over Chrissy while I head away. As I said, Ben's been working on a airbox and a snorkel for the D-Max Patrol.
Musical instrument. Musical instrument.
I was actually telling the camera before that I enjoy working with you and are inspired by you because you find the hard way to do it and yet continue to keep doing it. It gives me...
You have no idea how many hours I've spent doing this.
But sometimes the hard way might be the long way, but it still gets the same result, I think.
I haven't finished yet.
So,
I might go in the bin.
Oh, look at that. You got a little bit to go.
Yeah.
It's a long bit to go.
Yeah, there's a problem. That means everything has to come down to get those little bits.
Oh, yeah, I'm aware.
Yeah.
Yeah, long way.
Yeah.
But this is what Ben has kind of done. All of this, a lot of time went into development and maths and all sorts of bits and pieces.
Something like that.
To try and get best airflow that he can for what he's trying to achieve. This was the D-Max box.
Yeah, that's the lid that's going on there.
That's right. Maybe we'll try and get in and film some of the tuning. That'd be cool.
Maybe.
There's a 4-inch, 5-inch snorkel.
4-inch.
4-inch snorkel, new airbox lid, new map sensor.
Yep.
For going into this, bigger injectors, new turbo.
It's already in.
That's already in. And then dyno tuning on the 9th? 8th.
8th February.
On the 8th of Feb. We'll probably bring the camera along and film that. And I've been saying for a while there now that we should do a little bit of a walkthrough of Ben's GQ, because there's a whole bunch of stuff that's been done to that. It looks kind of unassuming from the outside, but the bones of it and the internals have had heaps and heaps of work for it, and it's top-notch quality done, even if done the hard way. It's been great to kind of have a little project for both of us to just get into TIG welding. Like I was saying in the other videos, there's plenty of videos out there of guys that are amazing, but if you're like us, I would just encourage to keep practicing.
It's the first attempt.
First attempt. We kind of started really about 4 months ago. It's been sitting for months and months and months, and we finally had some time to get into a few things. And just like I was practicing in the last video on getting some TIG welding practice up on the mild steel stuff, we've also done a little bit on aluminium and stainless, and just keen to just continue to refine our skill set and add to the repertoire of what we already do. But keep making your musical tunes. For me, I'm just going to do a little bit of a cleanup in that area. I'm not sure if I showed you, but I kind of ended the video last week. Maybe I'll add this in because I haven't edited it yet. But these are the welds that I was doing and keen to keep practicing. My plan is just to clean this little area up. I'll probably tuck the motorbike out into the engine bay room for the moment. I want to get a few of the final things packed up for when we head to Summernats in Canberra. I need to get this crank linished is probably the last thing I want to do with that. As I was saying, I also want to get really the last piece of the puzzle, bar the odds and ends. All I need to get now is rods and pistons that are 4-boost application. And then I'm going to really just knuckle down over a couple of Tuesdays and build this LS myself. Really keen, once again, to continue to develop and refine my skill set in building stuff and building motors and having fun. And if it all blows up, you know what? I'm going to buy some more stuff and I'm going to give it another go, because I believe in learning and I believe in following your passion. You can spend thousands at school or you can spend thousands doing it yourself. Either way, you got to choose. I'm going to get in, clean this stuff up. It's really nice to have the Commodore and the Patrol kind of sitting out and rolling and doing what it does. But for now, let's get these cars inside the shed. I've also got, this is one of the white Rangers that we have. I've got that tool trailer. We got the comp truck project. We got the sandblasting trailer. We got the concrete grinding trailer. We have the tipper trailer. I have the forklift. And I need to try and get as much of that inside the shed as I can. Some of it will obviously have to stay out, but just trying to condense now. 1 week to go, and then here come a whole bunch of Summernats videos. Anyway, I'm going to keep getting into it. G'day guys, let me just turn some more lights on. Happy Wednesday night shed night. We didn't have shed night tonight because it is Christmas holiday break really. We are the Wednesday before Christmas. We had our company wrap up today, which feels really nice. Last night on shed night, we did manage to get the Commodore and the Patrol tucked away nicely. And I don't know if I did an outro for that video. Me and Ben ended up just having a mad chat, talking about life and all other fun things. I had a bit of a dilemma today at the shed. I had a ton of sand getting dropped off by BB Freight and the forklift didn't start. Now, I have a feeling yours truly left the key on. We were kind of lifting up and moving the Patrol around and stuff on Tuesday night, and I think I left the key on ignition, and ever since then it hasn't started. I did get the guy to try and jump it with the jump pack, but it didn't seem to do anything. But at the same time, we also don't seem to have any key ignition doing anything. Really, straight off the bat, all I want to do is see if I can just jump this thing from the starter motor while the ignition is on, and hopefully the old girl fires up. If that's the case, I can at least get through whatever I need to get through with loading sand and stuff like that in the next little while I'm away in Canberra. But the big thing that I need to do, and I did have someone ask this on the last video, was did I get the J-brace kit? Short answer is yes, but I haven't installed it yet. Before I load the hard lid up, I need to bring the Raptor in the shed tonight and install the J-brace kit. Now, I picked this up from my local Ford dealership. They kind of know what you're talking about if you order it. I need to get the forklift started so I can get it out of the shed tonight. It's already about 8:30 and we are leaving sometime tomorrow morning. I still have a heap of packing to do. Still have to clean the Raptor out. Still need to get it down, give it a wash because it's super dirty from the week we just had. A little bit to do to hustle tonight, but first things first, I got to try and get this old girl fired up, which I'm hoping starter motor is down there somewhere. Fire this key on and see if we can't get it running. Anyway, happy Wednesday night shed night. All right, guys, I'm just going through the drive-through. Actually, I'll wait till it's a bit quieter. Miami Park. I've just gone to the auto car wash. I did get the car detailed the other day by Shan from Surf Wagon. It's in pretty good condition. I live on a dirt road, so it's fairly dusty and stuff like that. It's been a last week of just done a few trips up Brizzy Way or Gold Coast Way this week and put a few Ks on it, so it was just a bit of dirt and road grime. So please, I don't always do this. Sometimes I just get in and give the old hand love and a bit of a scrub for the clean, but also muchly a fan of just going in and sitting in your car and letting a machine do it for you for some of it. Of course you don't get as good a wash, but hey, you get a wash. What I really wanted to say too in this, I did have someone ask how waterproof the Master load lid is. So at the moment, I thought the back is completely empty, and obviously this is going to be a generic all over spray that's not like hitting it with a pressure washer close or far away. So what I thought I'd do, and I'm keen to do the test as well, really to see for myself. I've said somewhere before that I think the tailgate kind of sides are not really waterproof at all, and there's quite a daylight gap that you can see if you were to climb in the bed, close the lid and look out. So I think there's a chance for a lot of water to get in there. How much when you're driving or stationary? Possibly not that much, but very keen to just see what a overall spray of the car ends up looking like. So anyway, I'll pull out and we can have a look once the wash is finished. Ooh, bubbly. All right, team. Yes, the moment of truth. Back in the shed. Hey, really can't wait to get this Commodore going. As you can see, we're still a little bit dry. The moment of truth, this is the gaps that I'm talking about. And you can even see light in there. How wet is it? Pretty freaking wet. That says to me pretty much what I thought is 90% of the water. I'm gonna check if there's any coming from up there. Ooh. But this is all of the spray from these back holes for sure, and obviously under the bottom here a little bit's kind of kicking in. There is a couple of little dribbles coming down the front here. Now a close-up look, there is this big rubber thing here that sits there, big rubber flap that sits over, but it's obviously sneaking in a couple of places. But I have seen some guys advertising on Facebook, and I can't think of the name right now, but for seal kits for the Rangers that go in here. I think probably a worthwhile investment. There's definitely a lot going to be coming in from the underside of this tailgate down here. And who knows, was that in there? Anyway, I'm pretty trashed for the day. I think I'm going to take some instructions to bed with me. And I'm going to cruise up and just make sure the wife and kids and that everything's settled. And then I might come out early tomorrow and put that kit on. Anyway, we're off to Canberra tomorrow. I've got a couple of really cool things that I'd love to do. I'm going to be going to Summonat, so I'm keen to grab a whole bunch of content from there and try and do some interviews with some drivers and look at some awesome builds. There's also a drive day where a lot of cars go out to the city in Canberra around Braddon. People just rock up and sit on the side of the street, get a coffee from a cafe, go to the clubs and watch awesome cars. So clubs, probably not for me. Coffee, meh, maybe. But definitely sitting on the side of the road at Braddon watching some really cool cars come past is always an awesome event. I also really want to take the Raptor. Some of you might not know, but I still haven't taken the Raptor off road yet and given its first real wheel. 1, I'm scared. 2, I'm cheap. No, real reason I haven't actually had a chance to take it off road and go for a wheel yet. But down at Canberra used to be my own stomping ground. For those of you that know the Brindabella National Park, it's a beautiful area and has some really cool drives. While I'm down in Canberra, I'm going to try and shoot a video of me heading out for the day and trying some things out in the Raptor. Really keen to try out the diff locks and just put it in some gnarly angles and have a look what it does. Other than that, that's a wrap for me tonight. I'll catch you in the morning when we install this kit. Don't forget the destructions. I'll see you in the morning.